Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How are you today? We're just waiting for a couple more people to join. What's up, Ricky? What's up, Jeff? What's up, Mike?
Hey Jeff, what's going on?
Not too much. Everything good?
Everything's great.
That's what I love
Going
to
really
hear.
well.
Where are you based out of?
I'm out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
You're in Bethlehem?
Yes, sir.
How's business been? What are you saying?
Things are good. Things are good. I spent a lot of time the end of last year setting up some referral partnerships and really seeing the fruit of that and continuing that trend to make sure that the train keeps moving forward and we keep
Yeah.
gaining momentum. Yep. That's the focus.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, look, that's the name of the game, right? And I think, look, at the end of the day, regardless of what rates do, there's always going to be somebody that needs to cash out, refinance. Someone's always going to be getting divorced. Unfortunately, someone's always going to pass away. There are always going to be opportunities. The keys are putting yourself in front of, those opportunities and casting a really, really wide net.
Absolutely. Yeah. Of course, refi opportunities won't be there for rate and term, but I love the post you put out the other day with the 3 or 4 opportunities. And like you said,
Yeah.
that's just life taking its course, the unpredictability and opportunities that we
You're
can
you're
still
gonna laugh.
value.
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh probably, but from that post alone, I picked up 7 deals off that post alone. And it
That's
just goes
amazing.
to show you that as long as you're delivering the right information, and 2 of those deals were people that had FHA loans at 3.75%, and 5 of those deals were investors looking to get out of hard money and into non-qualified mortgages. So like literally made the post, took 2 seconds, didn't cost me anything, and that could potentially be $20,000 to $40,000 of earnings just off one post.
That's amazing.
And I share that with you, not to brag. I share that with you because take it, copy it, share it, post. I know you shared it like
I
that.
did.
My post should generate you money as well.
And I think it more than anything just creates a space for me to think outside the box, right? And really
Absolutely.
understand opportunity value add for our clients.
Absolutely. Dr. Jan Simpson, how are you? Welcome, welcome. I think you're my VIP, I think, at this point.
Well, I have made it. I think this is our fourth week.
Yeah, oh man, this is awesome. I love it. You get me so every time I see your name, I get excited. Just it's just great seeing your name every week. I don't know what it does, but it does something for me.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. So, looking
Awesome.
forward to today.
Awesome. Absolutely. Let's see who we have. Hey Laura, how are you? I know you're on mute. Hey Brian.
Hey Jeff, how are you?
I'm doing well. What's going on?
Nothing, just trying to survive the cold and winter weather we're getting here in North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm sitting right in the middle of smack Manhattan right now, and it's pretty chilly out. So I feel you on that. All right, so we're gonna get started real quick. So a little different format today. I am on the road. I have a doctor's appointment at 12:30. But what I want to really start off with, what I believe are going to be the two main obstacles and hurdles moving forward. So, not sure who has deals, who hasn't gotten any deals yet. But I know firsthand what it's like losing a deal. And you could lose a deal for many different reasons, many different ways. But I want everyone to understand the mental approach to the mortgage business as an originator. And it is, you need to take 100% accountability for when you lose a deal or when a deal dies, right? Now, you might not be responsible for that deal dying. The house may underappraise. Interest rates might spike where the borrower is unreasonable and goes somewhere else. Um, borrower might lose their job. So anything can happen. The realtor can, give you inaccurate real estate taxes, which, puts the debt to income ratio through the roof. All these things happen. And look, they're going to happen. It's part of the business. My belief is that you need to go in with an expectation that guaranteed 65% of the loans you submit actually close, which means if you submit 10 loans, 6.5 of them are going to close. That leaves you with a third. 1 out of every 3 loans probably won't close for one reason or another, especially in this type of environment we're in right now, which means you guys have to put more deals in. It is a numbers game, but mentally recovering from them, think of it as, if you grab a basketball and you go and just shoot around in the gym, you might miss a couple of shots, but just because you miss a couple of shots doesn't mean you're going to stop shooting, right? You're going to keep shooting because it's only practice. While there is a big financial ticket at the end of every practice shot. Yes, I understand that. And you guys probably need the money. I understand that as well. You need to recover from that missed shot or missed opportunity as soon as possible. Not saying you don't take time to reflect on, what went wrong or why the deal died, but definitely spend time evaluating what you could have done differently. So if you lost the deal because interest rates went up, you didn't lock the deal and the client went somewhere else, well, maybe you figure out how to, have a better understanding of when you lock loans, right? Right now, we're in a very unknown in the market, as we've previously discussed. And look, you can't sell interest rate. You also need to understand that you need to do a good job of educating your client that, hey, here's the US 10-year Treasury. Here's what's gone on interest rates. I pulled the chart up this morning myself, and interest rates are up 0.5% from December 17th, which happened to be my birthday. So 30 days ago, rates were 0.5% lower. And look, it's a reality, and people need to come to that reality, right? So recovering from the deal mentally, chalk it up as a learning experience. Go in understanding that you are going to lose deals. Deals are not going to close as you expect, and understand what you could do differently moving forward. Now, if you keep losing the same type of deal for the same type of reason, then we definitely need a one-on-one call to find out why you keep losing deal for rate, or, for whatever reason you keep losing that deal. The realtor, gives the deal to somebody else. All these things happen. You got to figure out if it's in your control or not in your control. If a deal dies because it's not in your control, you need to move on immediately. If the same referral source, let's say a realtor gives you 10 deals and all 10 of those deals die, maybe it's time to look at that referral source and say, what is this referral source doing wrong? What is their clientele? Maybe you don't want to work with that referral source anymore. Maybe you're just having bad luck, and things like that happen. We got to be real with why the deal died. The second is, how do you stay positive when you say you're working hard, you're working a couple hours a day, you've been in the business now for a couple months, and you have no results? As we spoke about on last week's call, you have to create little daily wins for yourself where you're going to constantly see progress and results. What does that look like? Building your database, adding more people to your database, adding more people, to your social media channels that actually engage and reply to your posts. And right now, it's the best time in the market to become a true market expert on social media, and even just share my stuff like I've suggested, because people are going to engage in that post. And for everyone who has not heard earlier, when I was speaking with Ricky briefly and he shared my post, I made a post the other day, like, look, here are the top 4 reasons people are going to refinance right now. I got 7 deals off of that in the first day, just off that post. 2 were people looking to go from FHA to conventional, and 1 person had 5 non-QM refinances. So yeah, you know what? Share the post, because even though you might not be an expert just yet yourself, share my content, make it your content, and get people to engage. So have a goal of every time you make a post regarding mortgages and real estate, you want at least 1 person to comment. That's a win. That's a goal. You accomplish that goal, right? It's not about getting the deal right now. It's about getting the engagement. It's about getting the questions asked. When you first start out, you can't expect to do 10 deals in your first month. Now, for those of you that need this income to survive and to pay your bills monthly, you 100% need a source of income. So if you're watching your bank account go down every month and no money go in, that's going to be a problem. Maybe take a part-time job. Maybe go to the top loan officer in your company, or go to management and tell them, hey, look, I need a salary, and here's the work I'm willing to do. I'm willing to help disclose loans. I'm willing to help, chase documents to help your borrowers get closed quicker. Work on that on a commission basis as well, where you get an override if that deal closes. But, you can't think that you're going to go from making, $0 to $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000 to $50,000 a month immediately. It doesn't happen like that. Especially in this market right now, there's something called margin compression. Margin compression is real. Margin compression means that, you're used to making X amount of dollars per loan, percentage wise. In a rising interest rate market, that goes away very quickly. So if your goal is to make 1% on every loan, or 2% on every loan, or 4% on every loan, whatever those numbers look like, you got to make sure that you're calculating these realistic forecasts, that those numbers are going to compress down. So your profitability, your earnings are going to tighten up, and you got to plan for that. One way of doing that is just by doing more deals. All right. 10-year treasury, last I checked earlier this morning, it was at like 1.85 or 1.88%, which is up very big amount, as we discussed. Mentally, you need to understand that, you got to figure out your own personal goals to make ends meet monthly. This is the hardest time right now to go out and get business if you're brand new, because the experts and the people that have been doing this know all the tricks, right, to kind of offset rising interest rates from a mental standpoint. When you're new, you look at it as, okay, I have very limited business. I have very limited referral sources. I have very limited deals in my pipeline. I was banking on a couple of these deals, these refinances to go through. Now they're not going to go through. Now you're starting over from day one. So getting back to, the strategy of how do you keep a positive mindset early on? You have to create the daily wins. Control what you can control. Don't obsess over what you can't control, and put yourself in a position to win, especially in this time of year and this time of market. So that was like 10 minutes straight of me talking. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing my voice now. I'm going to open this up for a 15-minute Q&A. We have 10 people on the call. So let's go ahead and start with some Q&A. Even if you want to share a story or share an experience or ask a question, real life scenario, let's get to it. So who's going to start? Anybody? Questions? What type of challenges are you guys facing right now? Breaking the ice is always a problem on questions on this. Who do I have to call out?
Mike
Hey,
Young
what's
here.
up, Mike?
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
Did you get your son to handle your social media marketing yet or not yet?
Not yet. He had baseball Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and getting him to do anything beyond just chores is kind of a bear right now. But I will.
Sounds like Friday. Sounds like Friday's open.
Yeah, definitely. No, just wanted to follow up on our conversation last week on kind of what you're hitting on today. Just stay in the course. Last week I said I'm pushing that boulder, nothing's happening, and between Friday and today, I got 8 leads, and I've got two apps in, and now for the next couple of days, I have to work on my time management because I'm expecting some phone calls and phone interviews with people. So.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really good to know that even though a check's not being processed yet, I've got purpose, and somebody's responding to what I'm putting out every day. And
so now, do you have a correlation? Do you have a correlation of what your numbers looked like prior to the past week from our call?
What do you mean? Last week
you said you had 8 leads with 2 deals. What did you have prior to that in the past 3 months or 2 months?
Nothing. Remember? I mean, I told you I had 3 files, all of which fell out. So I haven't closed anything, haven't done anything. And last week,
so I want all the other 9 people on this call to congratulate you right now, because that, I'm going to curse, that is fucking awesome. That gets me so fucking excited, because now you're on your way, right? And you broke it down to the point of get names, get numbers, get leads. Boom. So that means that 8 leads, 2 applications. If you get 80 leads, that turns into 20 applications. Again, from a very, very small number, right? So like, I'm so proud of you. I hope you could feel my energy coming through the phone. Like, that is fucking awesome, man. That's exciting. That's life-changing. And that's going to light a fire under your ass to get it done.
It will. It really will. And, I think I told you last week, there have been times over the past 3 months where I feel like edging myself toward the edge, and just, going, all right, it's not working. But 3 separate realtors, somebody somebody I know that I haven't talked to in forever said, hey, I heard this and got a construction loan for you. So do you do those? And I went, sure, I can do that, and then reached out to the AE, and he told me how to go through it. But anyway, long story short, it's nice to have at least something going and to have something in front of me and have those conversations and know that the daily grind, at least for this last 7 days, is paying off.
The ROI is not always given in financial benefits, right? Action is better than no action. Leads are better than no leads. And look at it, like, again, average it out now. So I always use, again, the data that's provided to forecast out. So in 7 days, you got 8 leads, two applications in, right? Multiply both of those numbers by 52. Now, again, it's not going to be a perfect world. The more you do this, the more you'll understand the ups and downs, the seasonality, etc. But 8 leads in a week, 52 weeks, that puts you at like 416 leads per year, right? 2 deals in a week times 52, that puts you at 104 deals submitted in a year. That's a hell of a year, Mike. You know?
Yeah.
So you can't expect that every single week, but right now you can. Right now you can only go up.
Yeah, well, going from 0 to something is good. And as I said, now I have to figure out a way to manage my time right and get to all 8. And there's still 2 interviews that I've got set up for later today. So fingers crossed.
I'm proud of you. I want to tell you that. I'm proud of you, and keep the momentum going.
I appreciate it. And I appreciate our conversation last week. It's good to know that somebody out there is rooting for me.
I mean, you can bet my ass that I was thinking about you all week. I was going to even email you and ask you the question. I was waiting to ask you that question to this call about your son getting involved. Get your son involved. Again, trust me, get your son involved. You'll be able to bond. You'll be able to celebrate together. You put accountability. He'll learn. And look, you're his role model. Whether he tells you that or not, I'm telling you that you're his role model, right? Lead by example and get that shit done. I promise you, a year from now, you're going to fucking love the relationship even more so than you already have with him.
I'm sure I will. And next Wednesday, I'll have a different answer for you.
I hope so.
You'll be on there.
Well, I'm proud of you. I appreciate that. But thank you for that feedback and congratulations. I want
Thanks,
next
Jeff.
week. I want your stats by next week as well.
You got it. Thanks, Jeff.
Excellent. Who's next? Anybody else? We got 8 more minutes of Q&A. Who wants to jump on? Matthew Victoria, I gotta call you out. The legend's joining. We gotta get some more questions out real quick.
You want to call me out?
I listen. You're the first time joining. I gotta pop your cherry.
No, I was here last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, were you?
I was, yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. How you been, buddy?
Excellent. Glad to hear.
I like the beard.
Yeah, I gotta cut it soon. It's been cold out, as you know, so I'm just growing it out a little bit. Gotta get with my
COVID
barber.
beard?
I don't know, man. I go through different spurts of like beard, no beard. It all depends like the mood I'm in. You know, I'm not really throwing on suit and ties anytime soon because of the weather and COVID and all this nonsense. So when COVID drops, I'm able to get back out and do what I gotta do. You gotta wear a mask anyway over it. You know what I mean? So, you know.
I know. I missed the suit and ties.
Same. But yeah, we're doing questions basically like, you know, what is your strategy that you use to overcome losing a deal, or, you know, when you feel like you're running full speed, but you're not getting any results, you're running in place, treading water, some reference it like, you know, being in quicksand. What are some things you've done over your career, you know, to overcome deals being lost that probably shouldn't have been lost, or, you know, basically not being able to add up, you know, what's in your bank account versus how hard you're working?
Well, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, so we all come across those situations. Anytime you lose a deal, it's always a good learning experience if you sit back and figure out what it was that you could have done better. This way you don't do it again next time. And then go out and try and find more. Right now we've just got this new program in, the 15% down investor loan that's like killing it right now with people. So
Absolutely.
Talk about other things. I always try and go, I don't really get a lot of business from realtors. Mine, a lot of it is consumer direct or referrals, networking, things like that, talking to people. And the more people you talk to, the more deals you'll end up getting. So if you don't have deals, go talk to more people.
Absolutely. I think that's phenomenal advice. Does anybody else want to chime in, kind of give a strategy? If somebody can ask a question like, hey, I'm dealing with this scenario right now, you know, I'm struggling with it mentally. What are some tips and tricks or strategy to overcome this? If anyone has any of those scenarios right now, I encourage you to ask them. Don't be ashamed. You know, we're all in this together. You know, this is supposed to be a really family-oriented, proactive, positive environment. You know, Mike just gave his testimonial, which again, I'm gonna be fired up now. I'm always fired up. I'm gonna be even more so fired up now for next week's call to hear what Mike's stats look like. So can anybody ask a question that they're going through or that they're struggling with right now? There's got to be somebody on this call.
Everybody's shy.
Everyone's shy.
Is
Or they have us on mute. I'm not sure.
Is everybody new in here, or are they anybody seasoned in here?
Hey, Jeff, can you hear
The
me?
majority are newer.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
All right. So I have a question. It's more just trying to figure out what I can do as far as helping a referral partner. So as of late, and it's been the same realtor, we've been having issues with the title company. I guess whoever she has, like her broker has like an in-house title that they use. The broker realtor also owns the title company, so she pretty much puts everything through there. But we've been late on like our last 3 closings. So as far as, you know, title and, you know, saying, hey, as far as my title, I have the same guy that I use for every deal. We started as, you know, just building the business relationship, ended up being really good friends. So as far as trying to have that conversation with the realtor, hey, I think it's time to give someone else another shot without them taking offense, as most realtors, at least in Philly, do when you try to challenge anything that, you know.
I mean, look, that's realtors everywhere in most market. I think it comes down to, this is just a prime example of like being selfish, how it doesn't work out, you know, and at the end of the day, it's all about money, right? The realtor, I don't care how much money they
I
have.
thought I
they're
had your
probably
email
getting
address,
called.
but I can't seem to find it, Would you be so kind as to shoot me that over, please, ma'am?
I don't know what that was, but sounds good. What I would recommend, Max, is if you can just, you know, look, have that professional conversation, right? And what I mean by that is, hey, look, you know, my bank's really, really honed in on getting deals closed in a certain time frame, and you know, you're messing up our numbers. You know, you missed all 3 closing dates. Title's not in. You're causing my back end to work more. I love working with you. I think you're an absolute pleasure. I'd love to buy you dinner every single time we close a deal. You send me a deal just to form our relationship even further. But now you're costing me time and money, right? Like, I got too many deals in my pipeline to be missing closing dates, and my clients are holding me accountable to get their deal closed. You're messing with my livelihood. You know, you're messing with my quality of life. And if they're a real person, they'll appreciate and acknowledge that. Or you could ask, maybe different approach, what can I do to help this title company move their ass, right? And if you do that with that approach, you know, you have you know, two different options there. Those are the 2 approaches that I would take. Like, look, I'm not here to waste time or money, and you're right now wasting my time and money.
Yeah, because my biggest thing is my biggest referral source has been going after the listing side after a closing goes well. I've done that. I've only been in the business 2.5, 3 years now. But deal goes well, you know, I hit the listing agent right away. Hey, we'd love to work with you again. You know, get the first meeting, get lunch, and then we take it from there. I've had a lot of success doing that. But like I said, with deals like this, it's kind of tough to say, you know, hey, I know we closed late, but and then I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. You know, like, oh, this title company sucks. You know, the agent always.
I don't think it's a matter of throwing anybody under the bus. I don't. I think it's just a matter of fact, right? Hey, by the matter of fact, look, you know, and here's the other thing I would do. Hey, my loan's cleared to close pending title. You know, just so you know, we've been ready to close since whenever. You know, state those hard facts of what you can control. I'm a big believer in, you got to market the facts and the strength, not the negative part of the deal, right? So like, hey, you know, I know we're 10 days past closing date. We've been cleared to close since January 6th. We're still waiting on title. Anything you can do to help, you know? People love when you ask them for help, because now they feel like they're involved. If they don't get asked for help, they can't jump in, and then they're just asking questions and questions and questions.
Gotcha.
If you let the broker know, like, you know, hey, we're cleared to close, we're waiting on title. This way, you kind of throw them under the bus, but you don't kind of do it in a negative way. This way, they could say, hey, what can I do to help? Just like Jeff said.
Got
so hopefully that worked, Max. Text me the route you go, and then text me the results of the route you go. I'm curious to hear what you come up with.
Sounds good. We'll do. Thanks, gentlemen.
And blame me as the bad guy. Hey, I talked to one of my mentors, one of my coaches, you know, on the call, and here's what they suggested. So if you're mad, talk to him. But I think this is a good idea. Make me be the bad guy. I'm okay with that.
Sounds good.
I got one more question before I got to run to this doctor's appointment. Does anyone want to ask or maybe give some insight? Open up the floor. You guys got one more shot, and then we'll be back here this same time next week as usual. Nobody? All right, so I'm just going to close it up with a statement. Guys, rates are rising. Everyone's talking about rates. Everyone's worried about what rates are going to do. If people are serious about buying a home, they don't care about the interest rate. They care about the service you provide and the confidence you exude. Make sure you come out confidently. Tackle the rate question up front. Don't let them bring up rate. you bring up rate, you show them the chart, you educate them, because then that will put the consumer at peace of mind. Pull up the 10-year treasury, show them rates are up 0.5%, ensure them you're going to get the best deal possible for them and that you're the person to use. So that's all I have for today. Thank you again for everybody, joining, and I'll see you guys next week, Zoom at noon.